We'll just see if this truck will start. Welcome back to Southern Iowa. We're going to see if we can't end up basically trying to put a new tarp on this purple truck. It's got a hole in it. Let this thing bump and clang and bang here for a second. I've had it plugged in, so hopefully it does go. Not too bad. We'll plug in the Peterbilt. So yeah, we're gonna try and replace the tarp. Should be an expert on it. I watched the YouTube video, so really don't know how this is gonna go here today, but we're gonna try our best to get it done. Also, we're going to be chatting about how well this GrainVue system's been doing. Here in a second, you guys will be able to hear the fan running. The fan's on automation mode. We have been rehydrating the soybeans, and the soybeans have been getting rehydrated. So we'll go through the features of the GrainVue portal with you, kind of show you guys how those soybeans have been progressing here over the last basically 60 days, give or take a little bit. We've got obviously some wet weather. It's gotten really warm. I think the frost is out of the ground, but unfortunately it's so saturated right now that there's no field work to be done. So off to truck work. But first thing in the shop here, we are going to try and curl this gal back around and then find the heater hose. I don't know if that's going to do that or not. I think you'll run out of strap. No, see, yeah, I don't. We need to push on it with something because it's just trying to pull that bottom in. People on the last video, or the video that I introduced this truck on, said that there's 2 heater valve hoses. So you got it open. So that one goes. Where does that one go? That one goes in the bottom up here. That hose goes up there to the thermostat deal, and that did move. Then runs to right there. There's another hose, another valve right there. Yep, there it is. Closed. I bet you she works now, don't you? That's the issue. It wasn't able to circulate stuff. I was watching videos online about replacing this whole like heater box area deal, and yeah, much better. Glad to have that one done. I told you, I thought it wasn't circulating, and I was right. So there's a little bit of a breeze today, and it's a little bit cooler. So we're taking this truck over to a shed. That way we can A, not deal with the breeze for the tarp reasons, and B, not deal with the breeze for my fingies reasons. So, trying to keep my hands warm. We're gonna need room on all sides of this.
Okay, you're looking good right there.
This is a dark hole in the shed.
Yeah.
You unpin that crank, we can get that crank off of there. I'll go shut down the truck. Yep. So, we're gonna get the tarp off. So, probably need the tarp here. Show you kind of the places on that. Jake can show you this one. There's a rip right here. Just kind of getting rotten. And then there's a rip started right there. And right there on that bow, it's kind of gone through. We're not repairing this, just getting a replacement. It's just kind of, you can just see it's shrunk up or whatever and kind of rotted. See how hard this is to replace a tarp. There we go. There's a washer, put that on that vise. So pretty much I think what we gotta do is just, all these are like latches that are on like a pipe or something. So we just gotta pull all the cotter pins that are holding it together out, and flip them down, and then try and ease the tarp over and onto the ground. So Jake has one hooked down there and I got one hooked down here. We're going to pull them. Oh shoot, I think I forgot my hammer. I'm gonna put you guys over here where you guys can see it come down. Pause, you guys need a new battery. And actually, now's a great time to go look at the GrainVue system as we get this next step figured out. See you back here in a second. Okay, so we're in the shop here, and this is gonna be a fun little number part for you guys, and I know that there's some of my viewers that really do enjoy the numbers. So during harvest, we put the dry, or really dry, we had really dry soybeans this year into the GrainVue system, or the bin that had the GrainVue system in there. And if you go back, and I'll tag the video up here so you can see, theoretically, basically by university research about how much you're losing per acre, monetarily, weight-wise, and everything like that of harvesting dry, soybeans. So our soybeans, when we put them into that bin, were around 8% moisture. And they've been hauled out since then. So I'm gonna show you kind of what we ended up getting those soybeans to. Watching on the GrainVue portal, GrainVue Connect portal, is that basically when the parameters were correct to be putting moist air into the bin, the fans would run. And I could see on the sensors that basically, if this is the grain bin here, that we had really uniform moisture all the way through the bin. But as the fan ran, it actually started to push moisture up through the bin, and the moisture level of the soybeans on the bottom started to increase. And it was like the drier soybeans were still on the top, but the moisture level did increase as it went through the bin. Now, at the time when my dad started hauling out soybeans, I took a screenshot to see what the moisture we had gotten to on the bins. Here's what it is. Basically, the average moisture in that grain bin got to 11.3%. We started out at 7.7%, but I'm gonna round that up to 8, and then I'm gonna round it down to 11% for the average field moisture, or moisture in the grain when it went through there. Like I said, some of the first loads came out drier, some of the laster loads theoretically came out a little wetter. I haven't gotten the scale tickets because of my dad's soybeans. So, anyways, we're gonna look at the math real quick, and I wanna show you this kind of quickly here. So at 8% moisture, there is 4.5 pounds of water in those soybeans. Now, that's what we're gonna use to see how many pounds of water basically the GrainVue system has pushed into the soybeans there. At 11% moisture, there's 6.68 pounds of moisture, or of water in those soybeans. So essentially, if you did the math there, is that we gained 2.23 pounds of water on those soybeans for the bushel. The bushel, the volume didn't change, just the weight. What that means is that with the time that we've ran this, and I think the moisture could have gotten a little bit higher, which we did have a very wet December, so we had really good run time in December to put some moisture in there, is that essentially, this is pretty crazy, is that with the 32,000 bushel soybean bin, we pushed in 71,360 pounds of moisture into that grain bin. What's that mean? You divide that by 60, that is 1,189 bushels that were added to the grain bin, or weight-wise, not actual beans. which at the $10 mark, which I think is what I used at the example in the first video, that is $11,893 that the GrainVue system put into the soybeans that were in that grain bin on a 32,000 bushel grain bin, if it was completely full. There's a couple of things that they've updated on the GrainVue portal, that they do now have a 3D grain bin in there that you can actually look at it in like a 3D realm. There's a whole bunch of stuff that hopefully someday that I'll sit down and show you how everything in how the Connect portal. But I just wanted to run through the numbers with you guys this year on what happened with rehydrating the soybeans. Hopefully that was clear as mud. All right, back to work. Well, bad news. This simple job just turned into a multiple day job. Not really because of a hard deal. But I thought that those were screws, and I think in the video I watched they were screws. But this is OEM original from the factory tarp, and they apparently rivet these blocks on. And since they're riveted on there, they said that you just basically air chisel those off and then punch out the remaining part of the rivet, probably stand up the tube and one side or the other and let it flow through, and then redo it. But yeah, I don't know. Wait on the man that owns this to come make a decision on what he wants to do. I guess you could probably try and save those and reuse them, but I don't know if you re-rivet it or if you just self-tap them in a different location or something like that. I don't know. You could probably do a couple of things. Ready? You got it going. Cool. I got a plastic cap on this end I need to get off probably first. There you go. You got it? Bingo. Yeah, so as you guys saw, we ended up grinding those pieces of plastic off in between the grinder and smacking them and stuff like that. So that's where we're at on this one, because it did trash the plastic. It's like it would have melted it if you tried to drill it, I think. And yeah, just ordering new ones of those. Have to get them to come in, but we'll be back here in a second. Just kidding. We're coming over here to work on this for a second. See if we can't push this bumper in. not blowing real hot air yet, but the motor's not even hot. But that's circulating warm water now. It wasn't doing that last time. So we got that fixed. We're gonna put basically we're just putting a license plate on it now. So now we'll catch up with you a little later. Middle of the video project. There's the toolbox, or what's left of a toolbox that was on my dually. Got that ripped off. We're gonna be starting to haul a little bit of hay here today. And oh man, there's dirt on these. And that one a mouse. There is a mouse. 18 by 18 by 24. Okay, I can get one of them ordered. It's kind of tight and I don't feel like messing up that bumper that we just fixed a second ago in this video. So yeah, the side of that dually's boxless right now. Might be able to go tiling. It's like, might have to look at that. These might not be as bad as I think that it is. I think you're supposed to get like 3 fingers underneath your track or whatever. So this one, I'd say is okay. I don't know, that's a great question. I'd say that's probably okay. I was maybe a little gun shy on that. I'd say they're fine. I thought they looked a little loose, but I was wrong. Strapped. I just dragged those back and roll them up. I'm too scared to flip trailer, especially the white bottom. I don't know. It's like 31 degrees.
I don't know what time it's like good. Where's that? December.
Yeah, I guess that is true. Yeah, that'd be fine.
I don't think you gotta worry about it.
I'd be more worried about that trailer than that one because that one dumps so slow.
If it's 10 degrees colder, I think
back it up, and then just dump them off this way. Okay. Jake's unloading. This is an Amish auction. They kind of provide you a skid steer to unload with, which is kind of nice. You kind of come out here and load yourself up with some hay, or unload yourself with the hay. There's 8 more. So I did pull the GoPro out, but there's a big old pile from the first trip we had going. Here now, Jake and I are back here this morning. The roads got kind of bad on us last night. It's like they I hit a patch of black ice, slid me for a little bit of a ride. It was like just down by Seymour where the roads were not the best, but we're got one truck loaded up. My white dually's loaded. We're loading the inline trailer right now. I think with these 2 loads, if we take these 2, I think that that'll put about 100 bales at auction this week. So that'll be enough hay. I would take maybe another load, except for if it does happen, it'll be in another video. I think I might be able to go tiling today. So today's January 3rd, my birthday, and Mother Nature might give me a birthday present. Let me go put a little tile in the ground. But that being a different video, we're sticking to the tile tarping, hay hauling, truck decaling, winter work that we got going on here now. These inline trailers are really pretty nice. Problem is that in the winter they can have the bales freeze to the rails. So, and you can hear about like people flipping the trailers or whatever. So you can avoid that by simply rolling the bales so that the bottom isn't touching the baler. But there's actually a guy that makes balers or trailers not too far from us, and if you watched Andrew's, the trailer that Andrew runs, it's they're made by M&W out of Moravia. So if you're looking for hay trailers, they make them. I have a Hay Boss trailer, which that's a nice, I don't know if you can say it's like nicer, but it has hydraulic dump on it, and that is a very nice feature, is that hydraulic dump. So there's also apparently, I don't even know what the name of the company is. I just saw a video about it that said there's a company that makes like a blue trailer that has hydraulics on it. You can use it as like a hay trailer, like all kinds of stuff. It's like, that seems like a pretty cool trailer too. But this inline trailer was one of actually another one of the first things that I purchased as a farmer. When I wanted to get into hay, I needed to get an inline trailer so I could haul it. Got my logos. We just got back from hauling another load to the Drakesville auction. They didn't stick, so we're good. Let's put some logos on. We're just gonna go for it. We're just going for it. We're just giving her. I think I'll just put the V there and use this deal paper to kind of stick the top of it.
Here's your fuel card.
Oh, there we go.
Looks like it was professionally installed.
Come on, stay on there. I want the O to stay. You would have thought that was the first one. Comparatively. Back again to try and finish this project that we got going on, the tarp on the project, but Jake and I just got back and from hauling hay. So apparently Jake used my truck to go get basically a transmission part for his truck, and during that time my transmission went out of my dually, so I am my dually's dropped a transmission. It sounds like not very fun. It's at a shop. Haven't got the phone call on what it is, but something that my dad bought this summer, which hasn't ever made it onto the YouTube channel, or maybe in the background, is this FDL 70 Freightliner. Has a Detroit in it, so bought this. Hopefully, I think the idea is to try and turn it into a sprayer rig. Basically, this be the sprayer trailer truck type of thing. So airbags, decent tires on it. This actually just got completed, which was to have a fifth wheel ball installed. You could have changed out the neck, yeah, but now it's got a fifth wheel ball and the electronic brake controller, which means that it has an electric over hydraulic, or electric or air over electric, sorry, brake controller now. Just a little single cab deal. Not too bad. I've been hauling with it here yesterday and today. 7-speed transmission. The pattern is pretty darn tight, but looks, you know, the inside looks very much so like the tile truck, which has been sold. So ideally, I've been on the lookout for like a 35-foot military trailer or something along those lines. So if any of you see one of those, let me know. I'd like to make, you know, a really something that has more than 10,000 pound axles for a sprayer trailer. So I'd like to get one of those set up, but I also don't really want to just use semi trailers, because I do have a semi trailer that we could use. Problem is that we do turn into like a lot of driveways and fields and stuff like that when we do spray, and semi trailers aren't necessarily, we want to be able to get around with it. So yeah, okay, we're gonna go try and put a tarp on. We got lucky, it's 40 degrees on January 17th.
Move them over because they won't, that hole's bigger than what they are.
So this is not an OEM tarp. Dad got this off of an Amish guy. So we're fingers crossing right now. Otherwise it might be another week and a half before we get a chance to finish this video part. Time will tell. Pretty good as long as you don't get a crink started. Keep going. Keep going. So it's like, there you go, looking good. Looking good. Looking good. Looking good. Oh.
The first hole.
That looks where it was riding.
This hole here.
Oh,
So that would be right on the edge. So that looks like the line.
yeah, I know. Its heart might not be the same length.
That looks like the line where the old tarp was.
Yeah, that's about what you moved to, so I'd shove it in a little bit.
They say we got a cold winter ahead. Maybe find some time to read that Bible on the nightstand. Fix the house up and fix my truck. Hit the road heavy and pray for better luck. It's a beautiful life in this little town. I got all the ones I love counting on me now.
That one side is in, so it was nice. We didn't have to drill all those holes. It's like just self-tap them in. We used this crease on the tarp to find the bottom. Now we're on to the fun part, the up and over. So we gotta trust this out. I don't think it'll be that bad. One of us on the front, one of us on the back. I think we ought to be able to just basically walk it up and over. Because you don't really get a lot of weight until that bottom pipe comes up off the ground, and by that time you're kind of resting it up there anyways, I think. Fingers crossed anyways.
When they lay me down one day, I hope the Lord's proud of me.
We're gonna try and grab our forklift. That bow in the middle of that is too much to deal with. So grab the forklift, get it in there, lift it up high, and then we should be able to pick it up. That's the plan. For a second.
This little town, I got all the ones I love counting on me now. They say we got a cold winter ahead. Maybe find some time to read that Bible on the nightstand.
All I gotta do is pin the backside. There's cotter keys in there. So now we're flipping these back over. Jake's done the majority of them. The deep breathing was really hard on my lungs. I got myself the good old influenza A, and I probably got a upper respiratory deal going on. And that deep breathing about laid me out there for a second. Because that was more difficult than the GoPro made it look.
Yeah, a little bit longer. Just a hair longer.
Yeah, perfect. Right diameter though, and everything, huh?
Yeah.
So we're ready to put this on, but we got to be kind of like smart how we do it, because that handle needs to be like, when it's rolled, it needs to either be up or down, and I think it wants to be
Up.
yeah. We can just do one of these real quick. Give it a little bit of, Maybe we can't do one of them real quick. That freaking grease is kind of, oh shit, that's a lot of grease. I'd say start it. This is a hard trick. Tying nuts and knots and bungee cords. Especially ones that are kind of rotted. Ain't so bad, is it?
Yep.
Well, with 1 minute left on the memory for the GoPro, fire up this truck. We're gonna go grab a skid steer to bring it home for the weekend. Keep things in the warmth. Untruck or unhook this truck, put it in the warmth because it's kind of cold-blooded. And might go ice fishing this weekend. See you guys in the next one. Oh yeah, the GSI stuff. All that information's down in the description.